Hello and welcome to Alchemist Whim. This is Alchemist Jen, and welcome to today. That was a little weird. Maybe I should do it again. A little more upbeat and happy. The other one sounded like a dirge, so I figure it was worth a redo. Kitty's joining me today. I, of course, get set up, go to sit down, and Kitty's like, I need to be with you. You could be in a comfiest place. We've got another bigger floor pillow thingy, and he was just on it, and he's like, nah, if we're gonna be on this, I'm gonna be on there with you. So here is Kitty. Say hi, Kitty. Hi, Kitty. Alright. He's looking for a comfy spot, I think. Or just wants to be all up in the business. So today's whim of the day is I am dyeing some yarn, and I took all my tubes that I had knit up and laid them out on saran wrap, and I had previously, should go back a step, soaked them throughout the day with a little citric acid so that it was ready for the bonding with the dye. So that soaking also made them wet, so that when I sprinkled some powdered dye on there, all I needed to do is add just a little bit more water after I squeezed everything out. I'm like going back and telling a circular story, but so I had everything soaking in a bucket. I squeezed it out, laid it out on saran wrap, sprinkled some dye on there, and I was thinking I looked weird, so I figured I would look weirder and then make my story weirder by stopping and explaining myself. So sprinkling the dye, and then I had a squeeze bottle with just some extra water so that I could then kind of finger paint, in a sense, is what it ended up feeling like I was doing, squishing down the fibers into the wet dye, and then having it blend through essentially the two layers of knit tubes. So I think it's gonna look pretty flippin' amazing. So I rolled those up, and so I had a sandwich of saran wrap, tube, saran wrap, and then I rolled them up like a burrito and then kind of tucked them in with some extra pieces. So I feel like I'm probably wishing that I had rolled them up a little bit more tightly. I'm seeing one that I'd overwatered, and then it ended up with dye in the whole steamer pot. So basically, like, it's like a jar of really big, pickles, in a sense. They're all kind of standing upright, these burritos. And then I saw some point squares. I saw some, I don't think it's mauve, but it was going over everything. So it might affect how things go depending on how much dye can get into the other saran wrap thing. So it's all an experiment. It's all fun. It's all, I don't know what we're gonna get. Some of the stripes that I was able to put on there are smaller. Some of them are bigger. I just played with some distances. I wrote down the variations in dyes I use, but it's harder to track, I think, each section. So I'll be able to go, oh, that must be that color, and then this must be that one that I did. So that's kind of where that is, and it is simmering away. I was reading maybe 30 to 45 minutes just to let everything simmer. I have a lot of yarn in there. I'll go for at least the 40, if not just a touch longer. I'll kind of stage it out. I am able to see through the top of the pot because I have a glass lid, so I can see that the dyes are happy and they are definitely bonding with the fibers. It doesn't look as chunky of handling of the dye on it. So I'm really excited to see how these turn out. And so I had the option, of course, of doing gradients, but I kind of wanted to do thick stripes. Maybe just do something a little bit different than what's already out there. Just to try something out. Why not, right? It really worked well with color work. adding like a base color and then adding some different pops of things and having that flow of the big stripes would look really cool, or it could just be used by themselves. So it's going to be really fun. I'm excited to get them washed and then dried and see how the colors come out. And then I'm tempted, I don't know if I want to leave them as blanks like that or probably wind them into balls and then or hanks still too. So there's a lot of thought process that's going on with that, which is really exciting. I'm enjoying the process. We'll see how it ends up going out. And other news, I did get some yarn today. So I thought it was worthy of just doing a little unboxing. Why not? I mean, unboxings are fun. So I figured that I would grab, Kitty's excited, my handy dandy amazing mermaid knife. That is a monster knife. Be very careful because I have Kitty here. I don't want to hit him with it. And I just have a nice big box. So I'm going to slice it open. My dorkiness, slicing a very simply put box with a huge ass knife. This one's got a nice little part that I can push over and tuck it back in so it can go back in its fancy home. That was all I wanted it for. That's it. Pretty amazing. And Kitty's impressed. Thank you, Kitty, for running around with me and this weirdness that I do. And thank you for being here. Alright, so I have some paper. Kitty likes paper, so I'll make sure he gets that. This is from Knit Picks. This is woolen cotton, so very cool. This is going to be ice dyed like I did for the ones that I'm working on the scarflet, so it's the same exact yarn as that. I'll do some ice dyeing. So that process is using dye for plant fibers and soda ash, and then adding ice to it and then letting it slowly pull the colors through. So I'm thinking with these I'll probably do multiple options, at least 3 different options in 3 different colorways. I'll split the 10 pack up to do that, and then I'll have one extra one of one of the colorways that I'll use that I can make another one of the scarflets. So that's my plan. I got more of this Journey Tweed. So this one's really soft and beautiful. Just a great yarn. Tweed is just fantastic. This one's a bulky weight yarn. It's a Cadena. So it is just a nice straightforward wool that goes really well. And this one is a one of my best sellers. It's very popular. And then the other one is fingering weight Eco Superwash from Alpaca. And this one is just gorgeous. So this one's very popular as well. It takes dye really well, and it's really soft. So that's what I have going on. I'll be dyeing up a bunch of yarn to both to stock for Rabbit Row yarns in Corning, New York, to make sure they have a lot of goodness there, and then also to restock for some events that I have coming up for myself. So that's what's up today. Talking about yarn, dyeing yarn, new yarn coming in, hanging out with Kitty and you, and this is a great day. So I hope you're having a good one. I hope your rest of your day is good as well. And thanks for joining me. Toodaloo.